Greetings and welcome back to Sengoku, and I was too excited to wait for morning to start, and I hope you can still see fairly well. I found so many cool things as I was wandering back around the coastline, so here's what I did. I showed you last time this little place, which is the iron mine, which becomes a mother lode that you can assign workers to, and they just pull iron out of it constantly, which was the forge of my rebellion in my other playthrough, and kind of like was my vision of where to go in this particular playthrough as well, perhaps. But there is another iron mine up here as well, which is worth looking at. But that's pretty close to Iwasaki. Now, this was cool. That I didn't find the first time I played through this. It's a lighthouse, and I was instantly like, yeah, I'm finishing that. I'm finishing that as soon as I can, because that's cool, and I've never seen it. And that's what I'm gonna try to do this time around. But we're gonna need a lot of things. We're gonna see if we can get this done this season. It might take more than one season to finish it anyway. I can't remember what the description said. But then I went along the coast because I knew I wanted to show you all this, which is the shrine here that you can fix up. And that's kind of my intention with all of this. And because I carried so much stuff with me, if you'll remember, I just took on all of these planks and all these logs and all these stones, and I gathered a ton of stone while I was out and about. I had enough stuff so that I could actually get most of that project started. We're going to talk to our Shinto priestess here. So you're going to talk about who is your mother again? Something to speak to your mother. Okuko, the leader of the village, makes decisions. In what spirit? You serve the great sea serpent himself. Ryujin, he lives in the shrine. The people seem to be a devout kind. Oh, you're surprised. They really see. He can be benevolent, and he can be crafty. Right now he's very angry. Why? A couple moons ago, a storm destroyed the path to his own shrine. And his power, and he knows when to give and when to take, can be controlled. So shouldn't it be rebuilt? He didn't want this to go against his will, but some time has passed, and maybe it is. Are you offering to help? Yes. I wouldn't mind a powerful ally. Indeed, especially if we're going to have our village right on the coast. We could use the help of the sea spirits to ensure that our incoming armies can't land properly. We'll let him recognize your power, and I suggest you use the Ohi wand to cleanse the spiritual pollution of the site. Now you get an item, and you also get a new recipe by doing this quest. You end up getting this wand, and you can definitely... You can keep it and bring it to your village if you choose, but honestly it's a part of finishing this particular questline and completing this. So I would suggest you just plant it here and be done. And don't forget to plant it here right away. I've definitely forgotten later. Another item that you'll notice is in here is that squared out stone. That is chiseled rock, which we are going to need for the lighthouse as well. And lots of planks. We'll go take care of that now. But we need to get home first. We've wandered so far, it's late. You might have also noticed a little announcement that said this season's about to end. It's day 4 out of 4. Ew. We're going to have to find some people real quick here, that's for sure. I'm going to quit my bow. I did a little hunting in the night and I almost got killed by boars. Oh, look, I said almost killed by boars, and then there's boars. Boars can be tricky if they gang up on you. If you end up with 3 on you, it can be a lot. And I definitely had 3 on me. And those 3 on me were causing a lot of chaos. And I got hit down to about, I think it'd be 21 hit points left, which is 1 attack left. And I started running and booking it and trying to confuse it by getting past trees. And it worked out. I ended up taking out all 3 boars. Ay. Now here you are in the bandit camp right now. And it is really neatly organized. I love what they've done. You can see a lot of attention to detail in this. We've got an entire storage area. A weapons area. I'm sure you can probably steal from them, although I'm certainly not going to do that right now. It's got its own natural harbor, and so they can bring ships in and out stealthily and without people knowing. And they have a number of people working the area, and of course they have their own watchtower, because why wouldn't they? And it's overlooking, you guessed it, or you probably already know it, it's overlooking the area that leads to Sasogi, which is not okay. And these people, I would like to think that I can somehow get rid of them, although I do know that that's not a thing in the game yet. I am hoping at some point that that will be an option, that you can perhaps choose to go to battle with the bandits. Okay, looks like it couldn't find a path, so it gave up. And that's good. Oh, it stopped moving before I could get my shot in. Oh, good. They think there's a pathway right here. That's going to save me a lot of trouble. And so it should take about 3 arrows to take them down. Ah, good. Headshots did the job. Now in this game, unlike Medieval Dynasty, please do make sure you get your arrows back because it is they don't just come back to you just because you skin it. So you do actually have to be a little cautious. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to get that particular arrow right here. It's underneath their bodies, and I can't. There it is. Oops. Pick up. It won't let me pick it up, per se. Yeah? Nope. We are stuck. Anyhow, Watchtower and our village of Kintsugi. Not a good thing. And it does lead one to think, is this really where we should have built ourselves anew? Well, I suppose one could think that maybe we will become allies with the bandits by paying their taxes, I'm sure. By paying their guarding fees, I suppose we could say. But I would like to think that maybe there's a way for us to face them. This must just be for their local hunter and the lookout. Yeah. Alright, onward we go. We'll go back into Kintsugi. I'll show you how you can make your chiseled stone, and you probably already know, and if you don't already know, that's alright. That's what this is about. I want to try to help you enjoy your playthrough on this. Obviously, this is a playthrough that is doomed. That's the wrong way to put it. This is only temporary. It's good to get some practice, and I hope you've enjoyed learning a lot of these things, and I've enjoyed playing it, of course. As soon as the Kintsugi update is done, I'm going to end up starting fresh, since they did mention, and the news came out today about the Kintsugi update and a lot of their Q&A. I'm very excited to find out that you can now plant rocks, or in the future you'll be able to plant rocks, just like you can plant other items using the shovel. By the way, stonemason station right here, kami statues, and here we go, chiseled stone. I'm going to craft as much as I can, since I need it. Now you might have noticed that it's taking 2 stone to produce 1. That's the bummer of this, is that it takes a lot of stone to make chiseled stone, unfortunately. This is a thing I can assign a worker to, yeah, but then it also means that I can't work on this before the end of the season. Which leads us to another point that they brought up in the update. So step 1, the thing that stands out the most to me, of course, is more decorations. Because in this game, honestly, right now when I look at this game and I think about what am I going to do with this game, I am probably not going to be a resource min-maxer. I'm not going to be too cautious about that stuff, because I'm really here for the decorations. I'm here for making the Zen Gardens. I'm here for making the vast village, which I hope will be able to have a large temple with pagoda and all. I'm here for the art, the decor, and the story to some degree too, obviously. But I know I'm here for, really, I'm here for the decorations. I'm here for the crafting of the village. That's what I'm here for. So to hear that we can make a Zen garden by planting rocks, by being able to actually set up stones in an area, that's exciting for me. Let's see here, what else? The other items were workers accomplishing tasks during the day, and it sounded like they're looking into it, and one of the benefits of being in early development is that they get to look into and decide, what are the best ways to accomplish this? And right now the thought seems to be, let's have them produce at a rate of, hey, they made X things in an hour, and that each hour they'll produce an item or a collection of items based upon a person's happiness, ability, or just the resource type or the item type. Fields are doing well, but again, this is with the old style update, so this is, they are planting it, and by the end of the season we'll get resources. That's how this particular update works. So thinking about that whole hour by hour thing, that probably means that these fields will have arrows attached to them, and when they get to their update status, then when they get to the harvestable status, then they'll harvest them, and that's when you get them. And that'll probably take more than an hour, since obviously it needs time to grow. And then they'll just harvest, and whatever amount of time it takes them to complete the animations is probably it. They also mentioned the animals. There's definitely a picture of a bear sitting by a temple, so I'll be looking forward to facing off with bear. In this game, I think that's going to be a little more challenging than Medieval Dynasty, since right now I'm still working on being that guy who can be accurate every single time with my arrows. But that's one of those things we'll work on over time. I will need to turn these into planks. We have a lot of building sites that are asking for planks right now. I think it's worthwhile for us to get some of our leather online. So as I'm taking a quick break from talking about what's going on in the update, let's check here. We'll retrieve our leather. It looks like I need fur. We need fur, bark, and water. That's going to put me down a bit here since I do... Yeah, I do have water here, and that's great. Fur, water, The bark, we need 50 bark. We're not going to be able to use all 50 bark, but I'm going to take 2 stacks just so I can get it in there and set up. We're going to get the leather going just because it's nice to have that kind of passively happening in the background. It's going to be really helpful for us to get some more water into our watershed since our season's about to change, and we do have to think about our people's happiness here. There we go. We'll get that started. Now that I've done that, I will bring the water back into the watershed, but not until I have crafted some more things. I'm kind of worried about how much time we have in the day, obviously, since there's only so much time and we have so many things left to do. I'm going to build myself a collection of buckets. I find that if you just do stacks of 10, it's kind of a good move since you can only drop 10 into the well at a time. So might as well just do that as the rotation. That gives you 100 water, which we can check our management and decide, is that enough? Is it not enough? Let's go for that. So as we go into our dynasty, beverages, we're at 128 and we only need, well, actually we need 180. That's going to be fine. I want to max out the meals. We don't have enough for that. Heating, we are great for heating. That's good news. The fireplace, the lighthouse requires firewood. Oops, ran right by the well. This is why the well, it's important to have your well next to your water storage. I could have put it out here to make it more efficient, but I didn't like the look of it, and honestly, the appearances mattered more to me than the functionality. It's just what it is. The food here, I can cook up real quick with our person who's got their house next door with the cooking pot. Will I make more cooking pots? I hope you do as well. Yes. They're so handy. Let's craft more. 61. Ooh, I'm not going to sit here for that whole thing. But that's... yeah, we'll do that later. I'm not going to sit here for that whole thing. With this, let's talk more about update. They also mentioned there will be more furniture, and that's exciting. I'm excited. I'm going to look forward to seeing a lot of that. I want to know what they added to it. I will also do I'll do also a guide, because my last guide where I did the farming update and also the furniture guide, I unfortunately was trying to get everything done, and obviously I was a new recorder. I was a new person making videos for YouTube, and I just let it go into the night, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. And somebody definitely brought up, like, it's really dark. Do you think maybe you could do this and not have it so dark? And I am so grateful for the input, because yeah, I definitely will. And when I look back at it, I'm like, oh, I mean, I know I was just trying to make sure I got something out so people could enjoy it. But also, yeah, you can't see it as well as I'd like you to. Oh, that's right, you can't stack things that have different perish levels on them. Perish abilities. I need those gobo to rot. That's what it's about. And I'm going to keep this. I'm going to split my stack. I right-clicked and then I did split stack. I'll keep one of these in my inventory because I just want it to get me fed in a moment. We'll get our buckets so we have our 100 water. This is us attending to the needs of villagers so that we are done with that. And I'm going to hold down E, which will drop all of my water back into there for me, which is nice. Now, where did we leave off? We were right in the middle. We were smack darn there, right in the middle of just doing some resource stuff. I don't need clay. I've got to get this stuff put away. Put the clay away, right? I did want to do something here. Ooh, this knife can be in here. That I got from a little fishing hut. So that's what that is. If you're looking at that, then you're like, hey, where'd that come from? You got extra knife? I got that knife while I was searching by the shoreline. I was so close to having enough rot. Ay, ay, ay. Now, what did I want to do? Why am I over here, you may be wondering? I am over there to drop off the clay, and then I'm putting that stone away. I wanted to change I wanted to do something. I need that grass done. Let's see here. Let's get our grass, and we'll retrieve our straw. We'll drop in our grasses. Perfect. And then we can listen to the grass burn. Ew. Drying racks are really fast. And I want to craft us some new clothes. Why not? Let's have some fun with it. Outfits. Oh, I can't do it yet. Darn it. I wanted the warrior monk clothes. To be honest with you, that's actually what I wanted. Darn it. Well, I could always make the monk clothing. Oh, it's still locked anyway. Oh, boo. Okay, well, that being the case, we'll do it later. It's okay. We'll get it later. That's just where we're at. So I don't need the pearl anymore. That's why I had the person fishing for the pearl. That's the big deal there. All right, we have a lot of stone. That's good because we need, we need lots and lots of chiseled rock. So let's craft some more chiseled rock. If I'm going to make this happen before we get too far here, I go to populate. I prefer to go to population to do the investigations here. And now I had you in the hunter's hut, and that's not going to happen. Because what's going to happen instead is we're going to assign you to small bridge projects. Yes, and that's great. And it's only one season before it's complete. I'm going to assign me, which by the way, they did say that when the update happens, you won't be able to assign your person. Now, I wonder how that's going to work with these special projects. That's a curiosity that I have. Waterfield, Fisherman's Huts, I can't avoid that one. And I do like the Woodscutter's Hut. I really think that we got to get out there. We got to get out there, and we got to find some refugees. That's the step that I'm on. In order to finish this project, which is to say the shrine, which it's labeled as a small bridge project, which I think just for now is just a bookkeeping thing for them. It also allows us to see the bookkeeping too for the number of people that need to commit to this, which is not a lot. One person for the seasonal change, that's going to be 3 dynasty points by the end of this season as long as I can spare the workers. And honestly, if I can't find a refugee by the end of the day, one of my field workers is just becoming one of the small project workers, because we don't need the millet, we don't need the rice, it's not vital. We're going to be fine without it. If I can avoid it, I wouldn't mind having the food buildup happen just because it's nice. It's convenient for building those better meals over time. Okay, we're sitting on 30, 60. Nice. That's not bad. It's not at all where we need to be, obviously. We have so much more to go. Do I have a general storage in here? Smart man, but it's not going to be helpful when I need a wood storage. I think it's important as you're setting up your village, please do make sure, I think this is a huge creature comfort for me, one of every one of these key storages in an area that you need and that you're around a lot. For example, I'm in this tailor hut all the time, and so I want to be sure that I've got a whole bunch of resources here. So I want to make sure, resource storages. I want all of the things. The Dynasty Wood storage. I want the general storage. I need all of those things here so that I can access them quick. I like having this right next door because you're going to use leather to make a number of your tools. We won't be doing much with this. I have a lot of charcoal from that first village, or from when we tore down the original village is the right way to say this. So I think that that's a simple one. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to show you one more thing. The lighthouse, when you find it, you're going to see that it demands oil. I want to show you how that works, because it's a lot. It's 50 oil. That's quite a bit. You can buy it. That's definitely one route we can take to do that. Here we are. Oil. 1 fish to 1 water. Or you can do canola. Ooh. That is interesting. I'm going to definitely be doing that route. Because fish takes an awful lot of time. It's not terrible. It just takes nets, but that's not bad. Interesting. I think this season we're going to need to do something here. Because I do want to finish that. I am excited for that lighthouse, you can tell. Let's manage this job. How many? We're going to get 13 fish, and we have nets. How am I doing for nets? I don't really want any more of those. I do have 1 more fishing net. Let's do this. Only 1 more, and I don't need the pearls. I want the fish. We're going to need 1 more net. So that means I need straw, which I have. Okay, let's take care of that. Now, I built our fishing hut out here. It just made sense to me. And sometimes you end up with a refugee who spawns over here, which is super convenient. Alrighty, let's make a... I don't know, in the future we might do this. And I'm sitting on an awful lot of straw, so I'm just going to make the nets now, because if I decide to build another fishing hut later, it's convenient not to have to do that again. And I've got the straw on me, and it's not doing anything else. Let's take care of it while we're here. Back to the village, I need to complete, or I'm looking forward to completing, I should say, this area with the housing. And now, I did mention how I want to go out and find refugees, and you may be thinking, well, if you're going to go get refugees, shouldn't you be thinking about the houses now? And the answer for that is not really, because conveniently, the houses, the upgraded houses, can have 2 people. Oh, there we go. Let's get in there the right way. And then you there, we'll drop those nets into here. we'll take care of our management now, and I still do find this to be a much easier way. You can definitely go in here, and it's fine. It's fine. Maybe I'll try it just to see if I can get more comfortable with it. Click on it, and then it goes directly into management, which is fine. It works. And then we max it out. We have to click and click again, then we do escape, and then that's not bad. Alright, I take it back. It's fine. Alright. It's time to eat a bit of food. Get my brain thinking about how Medieval Dynasty works compared to this, so that I could do the right move. I'm not going to worry about making the firewood that is required for our lighthouse project. Instead, I'm going to go straight to the planks. We will need 40 planks in order to finish that shrine. And that marks our 40 planks. Alright, that being the case, it's time to do a little wandering. Refugees are what we're looking for. If I go up on this hill, I'll find an interesting POI, and I can wrap around this way to see what's around out here. So I'm thinking about taking this pathway. You essentially just want to find open spaces. There tend to be refugees in this area. There tend to be refugees in this area. Honestly, I'm guessing there are probably more if I went this way. So I'll go up and I'll keep close this way. That's what we'll do. Check our inventory to make sure that we have enough arrows. We have to bring them out in order to stack them. Kind of weird like that. It's just what it is. I don't need the bamboo anymore, so it probably would be a move that would be smart, is to just drop that off here. I could keep it in my inventory just so that I have it available in case I have some sort of questing thing that needs to happen. I run into another small bridge project that I want to take care of. Oh, all that stone. I think this is enough stone for us to finish the shrine. It's definitely not enough to take care of the lighthouse, and I think it's time to focus just on... Let's just focus on getting the shrine done. Off we go. Alright, we've gotten the planks. I did the logs in the night, so I added the logs into the special project in the night, and I built it. And if you remember, I was so just filled with things. I was carrying way too many items. And the purpose in that was just to wander around and be able to do as much as I can. And it worked out great, since I was able to build 3 small projects with all of the bamboo on me. And also, with all of the planks that I had just ran around with, I was able to nearly complete 2 of the small bridge projects just on the supplies I carried in alone. So highly recommend, at least now, before they start making encumbrance a thing, that you just load your character with items as you travel. There's really not much else to do, and as far as gathering is concerned, you can gather whenever you like. A new location has been discovered. I'm guessing this is that watchtower that overlooks the area. Yes, it is. And it is a pretty one. And this is an area I debated. At one point, I wanted to build a village up here. It's just not feasible because it's too sloped. You can't really do much with it. It would be pretty. There's a person up here you can talk to about the overlook, and it's pretty. It's nice. Look at this. Great view of the area. Oh, man. I mean, just wonderful. So that's going to be a project that'll be done in the future. I would not recommend you do that project until much later in the game, once you have a good collection of villagers, just because it requires 3 workers and multiple seasons to complete. So you're committing your workers to that for a long, long, long time. And now I'm starting to see that, yeah, there's not a lot of refugees up in this area. So we'll start going down, 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 back to the valley area. You can usually start to see where they'll be on your compass. And on there, you'll see a little symbol that should look a lot like the icon for Kintsugi, or a question mark. What's up here? Here's another question mark. Let's see what's on top of this little hill. It might be another watchtower. Oh, cool. Sacred place of power. Very cool. Now, I don't know what you do with these. I stand in the middle. Does something cool happen? No. So, nothing happens as of yet, but hey, cool. Neat stuff. We're finding great little places and great locales. Moving this way just in case there happens to be a refugee in a camp area up here, but again, I really do think that they tend to show up more often in the lower valley area. A lot of crows up here. Some hawks up here too. We'll head down the hill, see what we can see. I already did a lot of hunting over the previous night, so I don't need to really hunt too many deer at this point. But it is a great thing to do. Extra leather is nice. Extra fur is nice, especially if you plan to make a lot of axes and in the future steel, which to get steel we are going to need more technology. That's going to require us to have more dynasty points, and that's exactly the full goal of what we're doing here. Huh, what's going on? Yeah. Well, this is a fun one. Whee! Ooh, what's this? I have never seen this before. Oh, and it's off of a road? And that explains why I've never seen it before. I never travel by road. It's just who I am. Look at that. Okay, this is cool. It's a hot spring. That's amazing. Okay, let's check. Here, hold up. We can buy just tavern-y basic things here. Okay, that's fine. Tell me more, Drifter. Care for a swim? Jump in, have some fun, and get a drink. You're drunk. Shame on me. I'm not judging. Sake cleanses the soul. Why would you need to cleanse your soul? Spend your whole life, in a village. You had a husband, stubborn like a pig. But you loved him. You had a baby daughter, pretty as a flower. Suppose an army came? Oh, burned down the village. Oh no. Wouldn't you? I don't know. You know. Good for you. Anyway, here's the sake here is delicious. The springs are amazing. Wow. Yep, a lot of sad stories. And I love that they're capturing that in this. And they do make it deep enough that your character can get... Ooh, uh-oh. You can get deep enough in the water to be underwater. Cool. I like that there's a torch over here. Or a lighting bowl. Wow. Okay, so I want to be able to make this now. Like, I want to be able to make a staircase like this, right? That's something that I'm looking forward to now, too. Very cool. Okay, well, that was fun. Better get going, though. Shoot, getting distracted by POIs. It happens. I mean, it's worth it. That's half the fun of this. The natural beauty that they've added to this game is so good. It's just so good. It's going to be fun to see where it goes, and I'm very excited. I love being a part of the early access portion of this, and I love being able to bring y'all through this, because this is what got me into Medieval Dynasty at the start, back when it was early access, was the whole... I can't wait to see what they do with this. Still, I mean, I've said this in playthroughs before, and if you're a person who's been on my page a lot, you've already heard this, but I still remember back when it was like you used wooden spears. That's just how things work. That's just how you hunted basically everything. And it was so funny because you'd wood spear everything until you get your tech up, and it was so hard to get the tech up. And but the spears would always stick, so you'd have these porcupines running around the environment. It was really funny. And I'm glad they added it so that they don't stick every time, because it got kind of silly. Hey, refugee, how are you doing? Hey, what are you looking for? A new life? What's wrong with the old one? Nothing. It's yeah. Oh, man. It's a lot of loss. Of course, that's going to be it. Why don't you come live with us? Yeah, we need new settlers in Nata. Gladly. That's the region we're in. I was hoping we could figure that out. I have definitely looked at maps of Japan and tried looking for Kintsugi, and I do believe that I actually know where it's at. And I said early on the playthrough that I'd show I tried to make a video, which I'm not good at, so that's why it's taking a while. I don't know how to do those things. It's not my forte. I can make recordings, right? But I don't make animation per se. Anyway, this is like an island region off of the coast, midway down the island on northeast, and there's a small island off the mainland. This description isn't going to do it justice. I'll find a way to pull an image in and I'll show you, because I found where I believe we could be in this game, and it's cool because it really relates perfectly to the Iko-Iki rebellion and where the Iko-Iki was stationed and where they had strength, and that's pretty exciting to me. And that's why I had this vision of doing this playthrough. It's like, yeah, this is going to fit perfectly. The regions make sense as long as we do a little creative license to say this is like the Kintsugi of the Kintsugi Regional Park. And that I thought was pretty fun. We have one refugee, and that's good. I don't need to take a spill here. Oh, well, tell you what. Looks like we found something. Whee! Inari Shrine. I don't have an egg on me, but I do love that the foxes are all around here. Oh, sorry. Where are we on the map? Right there. Okay, more refugees. That's gonna be a tumble. Ooh, that's a little bigger tumble than I think I should be chancing right now. I don't really want to make all of what I've just done gone just because I got impatient and decided to jump down a hill and get smashed. Hey, Rabbit, we're going to let you go today. We're going to let you go because it's just not worth the time. Judging by the area that we're in, we are seeing a lot of... Ooh, pretty. Rivers. That's going back home. I don't want to do that. We'll head this way. Actually, hold on. That's where the shrine is. Alright, let's go this way. We're going to see what we can see overland going this way. Maybe we'll be fortunate and find something. Now, I do know I have not assigned our person to a home yet. You are right. And that is temporarily okay. I'm going to wait to see if I get one more person so that I can assign them both at the same time. That's my goal. So I'm not going to leave him hanging. I am leaving him hanging. We're going to string him up for just a little while. Well, we go find one more refugee, I hope. Now I can follow the waypoints on the map by seeing that I have that white and black exclamation point. That is where the shrine quest is at. And that's where we're going to be. I'm choosing to take a turn here. Oh, these deer are in just the right spot for me to hunt them. Not worth it right yet. Let's do a little bit around here. If we at least get nearby a refugee, it'll show up on the compass, which will tell us that we're going the right way and that we should continue that pathway. We may or may not end up finding another person. I do want to be sure that we get those resources to the build location, since now I do have 3 workers, myself included, to do the small project, which is going to get us 3 finished projects over the seasonal change. Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the day. It was worthwhile to try to find more. It's definitely worthwhile. The current season is about to end. Okay, it's time to start booking it. I don't see any more peoples. And I already have my other 2 assigned. We'll assign the last one shortly once we get this done. I'm going to have the main character do the shrine. I think that that's important, and it would be the thing that I would want to work on if it were me. I would want to be a part of making things right with the spirits. I mean, if we're going to capture the hearts and minds of the people, we should definitely be honoring their gods and honoring the traditions that we hold dear in this area. And if we were a person from the time, we would respectfully want to help the peasants see the value of the Iko-Iki way and some of the old ways and the Shinto ways in the original spirituality of Japan. Those old ways would still be good to bring in. Otherwise, if, as a person who's trying to raise an army and capture the hearts and minds of the people, we push against what they believe, we're not going to have a great time trying to convince them to join our cause. We need to be sure that we can work into things. Uh-oh, boar. Oh, dang it, and I'm fatigued. I'm not boar hunting right now, that's for sure. We need to get going this way. And then what we're going to do is take advantage of some of these items around us. Bob and weave. There we go. Okay, it decided it doesn't want to hunt us anymore, and that's just fine. Nice. I just don't want to hunt it right now. I want to finish this quest. I don't want to take the time to deal with that thing here and now. Okay, we got to our location. Chiseled stone. Oh, we only need 40. That's fantastic. So let's change resources. Chiseled stone. Boom. Change resources, planks, and boom. Okay. That poor guy. He's just sitting there waiting for a home. Poor dude. Now let's give you a home. We still have one more house that has nobody else in it. And we're going to assign you a job. Oh. Interesting. Small bridge project. Builder, small bridge project. We can assign here 1 out of 1. Okay. Now, I would say this is a small bridge project, huh? Oh, I need 2 in this one. I see, and we're going to get 2 points for that. Now, that means that I am not actually interested in these fields being finished. I don't care. We can deal with that. Let's take and place you. We're not going to replace you. We're going to assign you here. Now it says 2 workers and it takes only 1 season. That's really worth it. So then, that being the case, what else do we have? We have our water field. Yeah, sorry. We're just gonna focus on building all of our projects. That's the better move right now. I don't need them to make rice. That's gonna be fine. We will get rice in the future. It's okay. Let's check our village out. We've already renamed it. That's all you can do there. Meals. We are not there yet. No, yes we are. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong part. It's going to take away 720. Perfect. Everything is fine. We are good. And that's awesome. I haven't paid attention to whether we have perks or not, honestly. I'll take that perk. Might as well. I'm looking forward to the reworking on it. Oh, skinning animals provides fats. I should have done that one sooner. That way I can actually make use of what I'm doing. And these two, I'm not sure what you can do with these things right now. I think you just get them as you go. So that seems to be the way it is. Looking forward to seeing them repurpose and rethink the skills progression. Just because the perks right now just don't feel that useful or that valuable. And I'm looking forward to them maybe digging in a little more on that. Oh, I forgot to talk to my person. No, I don't need to talk to my person. Never mind. We don't need to talk to her because we don't have anything to say. Right? We haven't actually finished the project yet. So might as well just not worry about it. Onward we go. I'll see. I really don't think we're going to find any refugees out and about in this particular area. I don't recall seeing them in this area. This swampy area, this rising, falling hills, and swamp area doesn't tend to have anything. I can show you where that lighthouse project is. That might be worthwhile. I believe I've covered everything that they talked about in the update. I think that we're at a point where now it's kind of like a wait and see. Let's check it out once it gets there. I'm excited for it. I'm sure you are too. Matter of fact, if you would, in the comments below, why don't you write down what's the thing that you're the most excited about? My thing that I shared was that I'm very much excited about being able to plant rocks just like you plant other decorations. That's gonna be awesome. Good old-fashioned shallow water areas. A nice natural harbor if it was deeper. And we'll head over this way, although I will say that we're not going to get there in time. There's just no way. I think you can see in the distance that small... You see that... I don't know if you can see that too well. If you were to pause and zoom in, you can see that there's a little build location out there. When I ran along this coastline, I picked up almost every stone I could get away with grabbing because I needed more for this project, and I knew I needed a lot of chiseled stone. So I just picked up every single thing I could get my hands on. Trying to search out the new location for a village. This is convenient. As you look at this spot here, look at all the flat land you have expanding around here. You could do a lot with this area. And being right by the sea, you have the potential for future trade. This river is definitely not going to allow ships in, so before I did this whole thing about how we were going to stage our rebellion from here, and that we would, we would watch out for the ships coming in. Well, we don't have to worry so much about that, since that pathway does not even allow access. So that being the case, we would use our boats to bring the supplies up to the front village here, and that would allow us to fuel our seaside efforts. And, making ships. We probably need some iron for that, and that would be a great way to tie those two villages together. Now, I'm thinking in hindsight, I should have fast-forwarded to get you all here. But that's where the project is. Grab a couple stone while we're at it. Looking here right on the coast, I am excited to see what this will look like in the future. So of course I saw this and I was like, well, yes, I'm going to build a lighthouse. I can't believe I didn't know this was a thing before. I want to see this thing in action. I want to check it out at night. I want to know exactly what this thing looks like. So as we come here, the resources you need, 150 chiseled stone. Oh, woof. Only 120 to go. 50 firewood and 50 oil. The 50 oil is going to be a real thing. And that being the case, it's going to take 4 workers. You can see the icon above it. 4 workers. That's going to be a long one. Okay, y'all, I'm going to do a little fast forwarding so that we get to the end of the season so you can see what we get. Welcome back. This is where we're finishing things up. I got to the end of the day and I was doing a little research on how much can they make for stone, chiseled stone as a worker. I had to make a chisel and then I had to make an axe so I could reassign some things. So in the woodcutter's hut I had to, oh nope, I don't want to just manage this job. I had a stone axe here. So I wanted to get an iron axe in there so we can actually get good resources. That's a big deal. I mean, that's double plus the resources. So I wanted to make that axe before we got done. And what's nice is that it gives you this screen right at seasonal change. And so I had changed a person from a small bridge project to the stonemason just to test it out. And I was like, oh, don't change season right when I'm doing this because I don't actually want just 13 stone. I need this project done. But I love that it stops you here and says, hey, are you sure? Commit your decisions. And so here we go. This is going to be a pretty big deal. And we're going to get the animation that we finished some projects. You also heard the sound that we completed a quest because one of the quests was to rebuild that temple. So, awesome. We're going to be in a great spot. And it is fun having the animations. And they have a good style going on for it. Oh, it's wintertime. Nice. Yeah, you're going to be barefoot in this wintertime? You're going to be cold, guy. All right, now. Pretty. Oh, it's very pretty. Again, this is nice. Look at that. Snow tracks. It's entertaining because you kind of just like make a line. That's what it is. Anyhow, we've completed a lot of quests. Let's look at where our dynasty got to. Oh, look at that. Dynasty Legend of 14. Yes, and thank you. That's just fine by me. And that's exactly what I was hoping to get to, and that's exactly why those small bridge projects, look at these people. I have 4 workers who can do anything we want, and at this point, if it was hour by hour work, I would assign them to farming or whatever I wanted. I don't know how the projects are going to work when we see this in the future, so I'll be curious to see what that's like. But anyway, we got a lot of points there. 4 more points just for changing that season. Nice. So what we can do real quick is head to the monastery. Well, let's see here. Do I have some things I can sell? Let's multitask here. Our people ate food. Great. And we're about to go to the monastery because I want the next unlocks. Thank you for that. Let's go. Ooh, that's it. Look at that. We have the amount of fish we need. It's time to make oil. Oh, I'm excited for this thing. It's going to be awesome. We're going to steal all of the meat because we're going to go make loads of cash. I'm kind of curious how they change things in the update as far as money is concerned, because right now just cooking up meat is crazy in how much money you can make. It is definitely the way that I just make my money, since it's easy to hunt. You can also have a worker doing it and they do a fine job at it. It's not great and you can do it faster as the main character if you choose, but it's still good and you're still getting a lot of resources out of it and you're still getting a lot of money for it, considering too. The meals that you can make that combine meat and rice and things like that do give you more money, but the amount of time you commit to making those has not paid off in the end to me. I find this to be fast enough, I get enough money, I am not concerned about how much cash I've got. I mean, I'm sitting on 263 and it costs me 10 to travel every time. I'm not struggling here. Not struggling at all. Beautiful. I'm curious what they'll do with temperature in the future. Let's not make our character starve. Yeah, we can definitely sell that for profit, but we'll have more. Hey, I got Dynasty leveled up here, guy. Can you tell me another bell? Yes, indeed. And there we go. Now, elite clothes, old man's mask, monk clothes. Boom. That's what I want. And a masterwork ads, and probably others. That's very gracious of you. My humble thanks. Very gracious of you. And since then, what about the third bell? Have patience. And after 21, that's going to be you. That's the end of the game for you. So, we'll get there. We'll need more refugees. That's going to be a big part of things. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to gain more refugees. We'll gain more people. That'll allow us to finish those huge projects. And by that point, I'm hoping that the update is out. So when we complete all of this stuff, by the time this playthrough has gotten all of what we need, we'll be in a good spot. Sir, are you drunk? Ooh. I mean, do I want this? Yes. Do I need this? No. No, I don't. Or maybe I do. I'm buying that. Why not? I mean, I've got cash, and honestly, what else am I going to do with this playthrough? That's right? I mean, what else are we going to do with this? Personal lamp source or hung on lampstand. I mean, let's play around with some stuff. Is this the right thing to do? There is no right thing to do. There is no right thing to do at this point. And one of the things that I will say stands out about why would I buy these things is simply because at this point in the game, there is no easy way to... there's just no easy way to get paper. So it's... I figure we'll buy those. This would be cool. I could have one of each. I really want the Ryujin one first. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. We could buy some clothes from this guy. That'd be fine, but we're doing okay here. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry for the quick swing. Oh, he's out. Wait, what? Wait, what? You're still sleeping? Oh, okay. Trade with you. There we go. 713 coin. Oh, we're doing great. Should I buy those statues? I mean, honestly, I totally could. So y'all, at this point, everything's been done. I've completed all I need to complete for this particular thing. I love that we have some things that we can take advantage of, some resources that we can use. The paper lamps are going to be pretty. We'll pick up some stone as I wrap up my conversation here and just say that what's going to happen next, and the next time you see me, we are going to be running around. Because right now, here we are. I want to go explore this area to see if I find refugees. I want to specifically focus on getting out here and wrap around to here. I tend to see a lot of refugees in this region here. So that's where I'm going to be at next time around. But for now, we've come a long way. And I'm grateful for you being here. I'm glad to have had you join me today. And I hope that you're having a great playthrough in your game as well. In the future, we're going to end up putting one of our bells down in location and actually building a second village. Why not? For now, the focus has been just getting dynasty points and telling you how to get to maximize your dynasty points. And I think I've done a good job of that, and I'm happy for you to build what you're building. And I'm excited for that lighthouse. That's definitely happening. Take care till we meet again.